now we'll continue. Okay, so I'll just write allele. I have already told you that allele is alternative forms of gene. Okay, so that means two genes will be there, but they are meant for single trait actually. Okay, it could be like capital letter C, or it could be capital letter C, or small letter c, small letter c. Always remember that in human being, two genes will be there, but their expression could be different. It could be same or it could be different actually. Okay, so fine. The particularly here, I just want to write genotype. Okay, so then I will write phenotype. In the first example, I said like a husband with a straight hair marries a woman with what you call, or the wife with the curly hair actually. Okay, so here I said straight hair and curly hair. That means actually that is easily seen from outside. That is actually called as the phenotype. That is actually it is the morphological characters, or the characters which are actually seen from outside. Okay, so that is actually the phenotype. The phenotype in the sense whatever the characters you see from outside. Okay, the characters. Okay, so just remember the morphological characters. Okay, that is actually the phenotype. Okay, for example, if you look into a tree, or maybe let us take plant. Okay, let us take around like four mango plant actually. In that you could see the height of each plant differs actually. You can easily say one mango plant is taller, other one is thoda like dwarfer. Okay, that means that is phenotype. So what is exactly the height of the plant? Okay, so that is external appearance of an organism, that is called as phenotype, external appearance. Okay, so for example, my hair is bit kind of wavy type, so obviously that is phenotype. But you don't know which type of allele is responsible for this phenotype. We don't know, right? That is actually the genotype. So what is genotype? The genetic composition. The genetic composition. Okay, so that is actually called as the genotype. Okay, we can take one example here. Okay, so let us just draw a chromosome. Please remember, you see X-shaped structured chromosome only during metaphase stage. Other than that, we normally draw the chromosome as like this. So this is actually the chromosome. The real structure of the chromosome will be like this actually. Okay, so this is one chromosome. So here, let us assume that I am going to draw one more chromosome. And please remember that, okay, we'll draw one more here, because so these two chromosomes are homologous chromosome. So I'm going to draw another chromosome. So this is actually another homologous chromosome. Let us assume that these two pairs of homologous chromosomes are present within a male. Okay, so now I'm going to consider another set of chromosome. Okay, in female, again I'm going to draw two homologous chromosome, and again I am going to draw another two sets of homologous chromosome. Got it? Okay, because we all know that human body, in the sense like each cell will be diploid. So that is, we have two sets of chromosomes. So diploid, it is 2n actually, correct? I cannot draw 46 chromosomes. It's like it takes a lot of space actually and time. Okay, so just you can easily understand. Okay, so let us assume that this is actually the locus. That means a gene should be there. Okay, in this locus of the chromosome there is a gene which is responsible for some let us say eye color. Okay, so let us say responsible for the brown eye color. Okay, so I'll just write B. Okay, B in the sense capital letter B. It's a gene actually which is dominant. What is the meaning of dominant? Dominant means if this gene is present, that is capital B is present, obviously the person's eye color will be brown itself. It's 100%. Okay, and here this is actually another homologous chromosome. It also exhibits the same gene, that is B, but its allelic form will differ, or it could be same. It could be capital letter B itself, or sometimes it could be small letter b also. Correct? So if small letter b is there, it's going to produce a black eye, that is black colored eye actually. But as capital B is there, obviously it is dominant, which will suppress the expression of this gene. As a result, the black colored eye will not be seen actually. Instead of that, you see brown. Okay, so how to write the genotype of it? So genotype for eye color, for example, here I can easily write for this male person, the genotype is capital B, small b. So genetic composition of that person. So this is the genotype for the eye color. Are you getting my point? So we have to write like this. Okay, let us assume that here another, this is let us say chromosome number first, that is first pair. This is actually the second homologous chromosome. Here this is the locus where another gene is present, and this is actually responsible for your skin color or skin tone in this man. So we'll write yes, capital letter S. And here the genotype, it's another gene is also capital S. That is actually what is the genotype. If capital S is present, obviously he is going to be dark. Okay, so he is dark. Let us assume that if capital S is present, he is going to be dark. Okay, so that means what is the genotype of this person for skin color? Capital S, like that. The gene is S. It can occur in 3 different forms. It could be, for example, this, in this case, it could be like this, it could be like this, or it could be like this. Correct? So this is actually the thing to remember. Okay, wherever you find the capital letter B, obviously it is dominant. That means the dominant character will express, because the capital B will express, which will suppress the activity of small b. In this case, you don't see the capital B. As a result, what you call the phenotype will be the black color eye. Correct. So in this case, the brown colored eye will not be seen, only the black color will be seen actually, because here there is no capital B. This is the thing to remember. Okay. Now, if the genotype is like this, see, both are same genes, right? Both are same genes, okay, on 2 different homologous chromosomes. Then actually we call this as capital B as homozygous. So the genotype could be homozygous dominant, because both are capital B, but both the genes are dominant and both are same, homozygous dominant, remember it. And this is also homozygous, because small b, both are same, homozygous. But this is not dominant, both the genes are not dominant, so we write homozygous recessive. Please remember it, homozygous dominant, homozygous recessive. At the same time, if we see the combination, these 2 alleles are entirely different. One allele is capital B, the other allele is small b, or the gene is small b. Then actually, see, you could see gene is one actually, but its expression is different. One is capital B, small b. Correct? Okay. As a result, it is heterozygous. We call it as heterozygous. Okay. Here capital B is there, so we write it as dominant. If I write dominant, it is confusing, because in certain organism this condition sometimes becomes recessive also, so better avoid it. Just remember heterozygous condition. The genotype is heterozygous. Okay, it is the genetic composition, how exactly the alleles are arranged, okay, in that particular organism. What is phenotype? See, this is going to produce the brown colored eye. Correct? So you could see the eye color, that is the external appearance of an organism, that is the phenotype. Got it? Okay. Even phenotype is also influenced by the environmental factors. Okay. It could be mutation. We'll talk about it later actually. Okay. So now we don't want this. Okay. Let us assume that. Okay. Here also I have to write. I have already told you. Here in this case the genotype is small b, and in this case it is small s. Okay, so it is in diploid condition. This is actually in the case of female actually. And now let us assume that during the gamete formation, I am not going to draw 4 gametes. You can easily understand it. You know that one chromosome will go here, go into the gamete. The other will go into another gamete. Correct? Okay, because it is haploid. Okay, here this chromosome will enter here. Correct? Okay, so what is here in this particular chromosome is having capital B gene. Okay, another small b chromosome has gone to the other how we can write it? The other one, the other gamete. So this is actually the possibility. Correct? Okay, so the other one is small. We write this one, capital S. Okay, small b and capital S is there. We cannot consider it as allele. Correct? We cannot consider it, because this one's allele is here. Okay, so they have separated during the formation of the gametes, and in this case it is capital S. So we have capital B, capital S, and here again let us assume that 2 gametes are produced. Obviously ovum will be produced actually, so we avoid it. We can also write the possibilities. Okay, so let us assume that this particular chromosome entered into the gamete. Okay, so which is small p, and this one entered into this particular gamete. Okay, we just write that is small s. Now let us assume that only one sperm will get the opportunity to fertilize the ovum. Okay, let us assume that this one gets the opportunity. See here, the father is brown-eyed and he is dark because of the presence of capital S gene alleles. Okay, in this case, the mother is having black eye and she is having fair skin tone, correct? Because she has recessive genotype, that is smallest, correct? So the father is like this, mother is like that. Okay, now let us see the result of it. Okay, so here what you see is, I'll just write here, no space. Okay, so what will happen? This B, I will not draw the chromosome B, and this B. Okay, so this particular offspring will be having brown eye, correct, because capital B is there. And here we have capital S, and that will combine with this small s. That means actually that particular offspring will be brown and dark, that is brown eyed, dark skinned. Okay, so this is very important. Now you could see the genotype. See, the genotype is here, B, capital B, small b, capital S, small s actually. So you will understand it, don't worry, I am just giving the introduction actually. So this is now the entire heredity as well as variation, correct? Okay, that means actually during the formation of the gamete, the homologous chromosome they separate. Only one homologous chromosome will enter like that. That is actually out of 46 chromosome, 23 chromosome will enter into one of the gamete like that. Okay, so that is actually the thing. And ultimately these 23 chromosomes plus mother's 23, we call it as, if father chromosomes are there, then we call it as paternal chromosome, then maternal chromosome. 23 plus 23 they combine actually. So that's actually the thing. Okay, so that is the thing to remember. What is genotype, what is phenotype, and allele is also done actually. So in the next session actually we are going to talk about the Mendelian genetics.